that this Supreme Court judgment about the local government autonomy is not constitutional, is not in line with our constitution. So can you first speak to that and then also now go on to what the former vice president is saying, that the president is using this as a political chip?
Thank you very much. The Supreme Court judgment, we've had quite a lot of very odd Supreme Court judgments. Because in this particular one, there's a constitutional provision that the states and local governments must maintain a joint LGA account. They must maintain it. It is enshrined in the Constitution. Now, when you say autonomy, I mean, does it take into consideration the reality that there's a constitutional provision that states must maintain a state local government account, joint account? I mean, that's why that judgment was actually questioned. It's still one of those hazy judgments of the Supreme Court, just like the judgment that of the power of the president to suspend the governor, and also several funny judgments have come out from the Supreme Court. But the reality is this: Section 7 of the Nigerian Constitution allows for democratically elected councils, which means that the issue of appointing the caretaker committees and all that is totally unconstitutional. So if a council chairman or the councillors are democratically elected in the true sense of the word, they will be able to assert themselves. They will be able to insist on their funds being their own funds. But what we have in reality all over the country, both in the APC, PDP, and all the in-betweens, they are just people who are appointed. Then there is a state-managed elections for that there is a charade. Nobody votes. People are not votes. Results are announced. So the people who are there at the local government know they are there at the behest of the governor. So even if you say, okay, all the money goes to them, the governor still has a way of extracting the funds back from these people who he appointed in the first place. So in a nutshell, I don't really agree with what Atiku Abubakar said, because what the president is using is he doesn't even need to use this. He uses the police, he uses the EFCC, he uses the CBN. There are several tools with which the federal government, the president, can compel the coming into the APC of all opposition parties, and it's using it effectively. If you don't, that is what the EFCC was set up from the very beginning. If you remember, when Olusegun Obasanjo set up the EFCC, he usually threatened governors that I will send the EFCC after you, and that has been the recurring decimal. So I do not agree with Atiku that this issue of local government funds is one of the tools. I mean, it could be one of the tools, but it's not even the main tool. The federal government has always had a way of pressurizing the state governors to do their bidding. The only difference is this: now we have a more desperate president who does not give a damn, and he uses whatsoever. He even uses the threat of suspension. I mean, for whatever reason, Bola Tinubu can wake up, he doesn't like your face. Based on the Supreme Court judgment, he doesn't like your face. He will say there is insecurity in your state, and he removes you for 6 months. Like he did in Rivers State. Okay, if there is ISIS in Sokoto State, why has Mr. President not even deemed it fit to remove the governor of Sokoto State and gone there to do emergency on security issues? So the argument of Mr. Atiku that it was this local government issue, this local government autonomy is what is being used, it's not false flat, because Tinubu, the desperate president he is, has several tools, such as even the declaration of a state of emergency, where there was no emergency, because until the time that Tinubu declared the emergency in Rivers State, there had been no recorded killings, political killings in Rivers State, but he went ahead and declared a state of emergency in that state. So let us not just oppose for opposing sake. Yes, Tinubu is using several tools, of which one of them could be the LGA. It doesn't even come near to the major tools of compulsion Tinubu is using: the EFCC, the police, and several others. And greatest of all, the new power given to him, the new unconstitutional power given to Tinubu by the Supreme Court, that the president can sack a governor, which is very unconstitutional and unsupported decision. We continue to applaud in the profession. We continue to applaud Justice William, who was so demented voice in that very young decision, because that is the judgment that will retard Nigeria's progress and set us back quite a lot.
Let's go to Dr. Nasike. Would like to react.